Welcome into College Football Now, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. On today's show, we have the latest from the college football transfer portal. Some rumors and news to get to in just a few moments from right now. Before we do, I want to know, where did you go to college? This is your chance here on College Football Now to shout out your school, whether you went to a D1 or D2 school. Maybe your school didn't even play college football. That's fine, too. Let me know where you went to college today in the comments section below, and we'll get started with today's show. We begin with Devin Leary out of NC State, one of the most highly sought-after quarterbacks within the transfer portal. And the latest update from The Athletic was that Kentucky is focusing their efforts on Leary, that things seem to be headed that direction. Leary, arguably the best quarterback in the portal, and should command a pretty lucrative NIL deal as well. Perhaps his commitment could be one of the things that kind of sets things in motion for everybody else. That could be the first big domino to fall, and then kind of sort out the other quarterbacks where they go after that. Here's some other schools that also are in the QB market right now. They include Florida, Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Virginia, and Oklahoma State. All those teams, Power 5 schools, and all need a quarterback for different reasons. Besides just Kentucky trying to replace Will Levis, you have a Florida program that's trying to replace Anthony Richardson with him going pro. Notre Dame with Drew Pine going to the portal. We'll talk about him later. Wisconsin's got a new head coach there with Luke Fickell, who they brought in from Cincinnati. Virginia, and then Oklahoma State. Of course, Spencer Sanders leaving the Cowboys. Now Mike Gundy is looking for a new quarterback. So, where will Devin Leary end up? Will he end up at Kentucky? Will it be somewhere else? This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it and get your votes in. Let me know where you think Devin Leary is ultimately going to end up. Other notable quarterbacks in the transfer portal include Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina, and McCall is actually set to visit Auburn this week. Personally, I like Grayson McCall as much as any quarterback in the transfer portal. And with the visit to Auburn, and obviously they have a new head coach in Hugh Freeze, I know what you may be thinking. That would be a big jump up, right, from Coastal Carolina to Auburn, but here's the perspective I would give you, okay? Stetson Bennett just finished fourth in Heisman voting and is leading Georgia to their second college football playoff in a row. How much better would Georgia be with Grayson McCall as opposed to what they have in Stetson Bennett? It would be a significant upgrade. Grayson McCall, he can play in the SEC. He can play at a big-time school. DJU, the update that we received most recently from On3, they give a 100% chance that DJU ends up at Fresno State, does not go to a Power 5 school. So that's very fascinating to see from DJU. He did visit UCLA this past week on an unofficial visit as they hosted him there. Hudson Carr, Slovis, those guys looking for homes. And then other notable quarterbacks include Drew Pine, as we mentioned earlier, from Notre Dame. Spencer Sanders from Oklahoma State. He's not coming back to play for the Pokes. And then you have Brennan Armstrong from Virginia. And then Nick Evers from Oklahoma. He was going to have to sit behind there at Oklahoma and be the backup for another year. Did not earn the job last year. And so with Dylan Gabriel back for another year there at Norman, and then with what they're bringing in with high school talent and such, Evers finds himself trying to find a new home there and will be leaving Norman. So who is the best quarterback in the transfer portal? A lot of options of the names that we just talked about, whether it was Devin Leary or Grayson McCall, DJU. Let me know in the comments section. Who do you believe is the best quarterback in the transfer portal? Let me know. Give me one name who you think is the very best in the portal. Are you wasting money on subscriptions? 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about. Maybe for you, it's an unused Amazon Prime account or a Hulu account that never gets streamed. There's the great app that I use to help track all my expenses, and because of it, I no longer waste money on subscriptions I don't even use. You might have heard of it. It's called Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. The app shows your subscriptions all in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you don't know were there. You may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/NFL Daily to get signed up today and start saving hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/NFL Daily. All right, we now shift our attention to Tony Grimes, the star cornerback from North Carolina, a former five-star high school talent. And another update from The Athletic shows that Grimes is favored to land at USC. Now, we know that Lincoln Riley has been incredible when it comes to the transfer portal over the years, both at Oklahoma and now with the Trojans there in Los Angeles. And with the talent that they've been able to bring in, Caleb Williams, Mike Williams, among others, Tony Grimes seems to be another one on his way potentially to USC. But here's something to think about. Grimes and his father are very intrigued about the opportunity to play in Los Angeles. This comes from The Athletic. The USC staff visited them on Monday and made a convincing case for how Grimes fits into defensive coordinator Alex Grinch's system and that the impact he can make next year for the Trojans. Now, there's still some other schools that seem to be a possibility. Besides SC, Texas A&M, Penn State, South Carolina, and Oregon are all possible options. He's flying to Texas A&M next before spending the weekend at SC. And then the big question after that official visit, does he make his decision before or after Christmas, or does he wait and take January visits potentially? Does this go on for a while? He's a Virginia Beach native, and he also visited Virginia Tech on Wednesday as well. So one of the top prizes of the transfer portal is out there, and seems like USC is the favorite at this point in time. So you tell me, will Tony Grimes go to USC? If you think he will, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. Let me know in the comments section below if you think Tony Grimes is going to USC or not. Y for yes, in for no. And one final note before we go today, let's tell you about the University of Alabama Crimson Tide, as two of their top players, Bryce Young and Will Anderson, will play in the All-State Sugar Bowl against Kansas State. And that game, of course, coming up in a few weeks. Alabama not in the college football playoff, but Bryce Young and Will Anderson, who are both expected to be top 5 picks in next year's NFL draft, are still going to play in that bowl game. So pretty fascinating that they're going to go ahead and take this chance, that they're going to go all out together, and no opt-outs for the entire team. Pretty impressive there on Nick Saban's front. Who do you got in that bowl game? Alabama or Kansas State? Who gets the job done with Alabama getting all these guys in, going all in for this Sugar Bowl? Do the Tide take down Kansas State? Remember, K-State beat TCU in the Big 12 title game. If you think Alabama wins, type A for Alabama. If you think K-State gets the job done, type K for K-State. Let me know. Take your pick. Who wins the Sugar Bowl? A for Alabama, K for K-State. As always, you can interact with me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live. I'm on those social media platforms talking college football all the time, and I'll see you next time right here on College Football Now. Thanks for joining us.